All right, welcome back, everybody. Sorry we're a little late here, but first run was to the right, gained only about a yard. Cowboys do have the ball here. Pass is up and it bounces off Cowboy and it goes into another. That was Rico Dowdle being able to catch the ricochet there and run for the first down. Sorry, catch and run for the first down. Dak Prescott trying to get the ball to Ferguson on the play. Good coverage by the Lions, but Rico Dowdle there to catch the little tip drill right there. So first and 10, ball at the 46. CeeDee Lamb catching it one-handed, just snagging it. Breaks two tackles, breaks Branch's tackle, and then breaks another tackle. And that'll be a big gain for the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb just snagged that with one hand. That was almost too smooth. All right, first and 10 here. Ball at the 27 for the Dallas Cowboys. Dak in the shotgun, three receiver bunch to the left. It's going to be a hand up on the middle there. CeeDee Lamb in the backfield playing running back, only able to gain about a yard or two on the play. All right, this Dallas defense, man, they are starting out hot. And I like it. Ferguson in motion, motioning back, shotgun, two receivers stacked up to the right, pressure in Dak's face, dumps it down to his running back in the screen, and he is going to go for minimal yardage. That was Rico Dowdle. Once again, gain of about two on the play. Third and 6, ball at the 23. Dak in the shotgun. Ferguson motioning and motions back to the left. Trying to find somebody, trying to get it to Ferguson, and is overthrown, and it's going to be an interception for the Lions. And they're blowing the play dead here, even with the return, so it looks like it's going to be on the Detroit Lions here. I was going to say that looked very, very unorganized by the Dallas Cowboys. So, and the penalty looks like it's going to be on Branch, the man out of Alabama. And if you've been following Tom Grassi for even a year or so or two, you know what Branch, you know the story about him. And Dak, quick pass to CeeDee, and it's going to gain about 3 yards. Little bubble screen there to CeeDee. So Dak starting out 3 for 3 for 44 yards on this drive, and they're at the 16. Ball. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Dallas Cowboys. Three receivers to the left. CeeDee by himself at the bottom of the screen. Goes to CeeDee Lamb, and it's going to be great coverage by the Lions. It goes right through CeeDee's hands. Very good job by Carlton Davis, just keeping those hands active, trying to slap away CeeDee's arms there. So 3rd and 8, ball to 16. CeeDee wrapping around to the left, has to get the ball out quickly, and it'll be a pressure. Basically, it's going to be a pressure set because it's going to be a flag, and it's going to be intentional grounding, I believe, on the Cowboys. the one benefit of streaming games and basically having to mute the the audio is that granted I don't have to listen to Tom Brady talk, which I think most NFL fans are kind of just tired of seeing the guy at this point. All right, so Dallas will be bringing on the field goal here on fourth down. It'll be a 34-yard kick for Aubrey, who is by far one of the best kickers in the NFL. So this one is just inside the right upright. Dallas putting up some points on the first drive of the game. So who do you guys have in this game? Who do you have? Dallas, Detroit. To me, obviously, I think the favorite is Detroit to win this game. And for some people, or a good chunk of people, they're saying it's going to be a relatively easy win for Detroit. You know, they're a well balanced offense. They got weapons at the receiver position. They have two of the best running backs in the NFL in the backfield. And they have a reliable quarterback in Goff and one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. But it's the Cowboys might be a meme at this point, but they have talent, man. They have talent, so they're most likely going to be in there at the end. They're rarely going to get blown out. Sometimes they get blown out once, maybe twice a year, and I think they already got rid of that blowout in week 2. I think that was to the Saints as well. So I don't see this being a blowout. I think it's going to be close. I think Dak is going to be on his game. I think CD, from what we can tell right now, he seems like he's going to be pretty active. They're going to find ways to get him the ball. You know, they have him in the backfield taking handoffs. Nice little crossing route that he was able to break a couple tackles and get inside the red zone or close to the red zone. So it's going to be very, very interesting how McCarthy changes his scheme up because he has to. What he's been doing the first couple of weeks is just not working. And we really need to see the Cowboys perform at a higher level than they have in the first month and a half. But I think the big thing is going to be how that defense responds. I think there's going to be if the Cowboys defense is, they're injured. I think Kendrick is not going to be starting for him. There's going to be their best linebacker. He's not going to be starting for him, and I think they're dealing with some other injuries as well. Jerron Bland, he's also out for this game, so we're definitely going to need them to make some plays. They got to cause turnovers. There's no way they're going to be able to beat this this Lions offense without causing a couple turnovers. All right. Looks like the kickoff is going to be downed here, so it'll be ball at the 30. Jared Goff under center here. Started out in the eye, but the tight end motions to the left. It's going to be a handoff to David Montgomery, who's going to go for about 5 yards to the left side. Stiff arming his way to 5 yards. Two receivers to the right. Goff in the shotgun. Cowboys have 4 down linemen. And Goff unable to get the ball to Gibbs, who was running a nice little out route out of the backfield. Too far in front and a little too high. Third and 5, ball at the 35. 3 receivers to the right. Goff in the shotgun. Cowboys showing blitz here. They do. They send 5. Goff has time. Great job by the Lions offensive line. And that is going to be caught. Wow. Woo. That ball was just thrown up on a prayer. That was just, hey, beat your guy, get to the ball. That should have been pass interference actually on Detroit, but that was I believe Lucas Patrick, the former Denver Bronco, able to come back to the ball, and ball almost fell incomplete, but it was able to get low, catch it. So it'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 23. It's going to be a handout to David Montgomery to the right. It's going to fall forward, just fighting for that extra yardage. Gain of about 7 on the play. Second and 3. Lions in the eye. It's going to be a handoff to Montgomery, who cuts up the middle, stiff arms his way, keeps his feet, and he is in for the touchdown for Detroit here. Woo! My goodness, man. That guy is... that dude is ridiculous. How the Bears just let him go is crazy to me. Don't get me wrong. He didn't look this good with Chicago. But, I mean, Chicago was not very good when he was there. Like, he was really the only weapon they had, and defenses knew that. All right. Extra point, snap, kick is up, and it's not gonna be good. Oh, no, it just sneaked inside, they're saying. Ooh. Ooh. All right. Detroit just driving down the field here, basically effortlessly. We got ourselves a game here, man. Yeah, like I said, Dallas is going to need to cause turnovers. They're going to need to steal possessions away from Detroit because Detroit is just so darn good on offense, man. They're so strong. They're going to have to steal possessions away from this Detroit team. Yeah, dude, that was like a the way Detroit just went down the field. And granted, they were buoyed by that big pass on third down, but that was like a hot knife through butter, man. I mean, heading into this game, Dallas's defense is just one of the worst at stopping the run. They can't run the ball at this point. Their best game was last week against the Steelers, and I think they barely got over 100 and might have been 110, just under 120, I think. And that was like by far one of their best rushing games of the season. Montgomery, 8 straight games with a rushing touchdown. 9:06 in the first quarter here. Kickoff is away, and it'll be downed in the end zone. Dallas will start with the ball at the 30. Absolutely. I 100% agree, man. Dan Campbell has completely changed the culture of this one. First and 10, ball at the 30. Dak throwing it to CD to the left, and he is going to be downed about a yard or two short of the first down. That was a long pass. Ooh, Dak taking a shot at the end of that throw. Ooh. All right, second and 2, ball at the 38. Dak in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right. Fakes the handoff. Pressure again in his face. He throws it up, and that is going to be caught by number 1. That is Tolbert, the young man who had a huge game last week against the Steelers, catching the game-winning touchdown. During that Steelers game when they were not able to get the ball to CD, this kid stepped up, and I think he could be a legitimate number 2, at least in this offense. Shotgun, 3 receivers to the right. First and 10, ball at the 35. It's going to be a handoff, and Zeke Elliott is going to get out across the 35 down to about the 33-yard line. I think it's nice to see Zeke back with the Cowboys, man. It just feels right. It was very strange seeing him in a Patriots jersey. But going back to what you were saying, Dahlia, yeah, absolutely. Dan Campbell has really changed the culture of the Lions. You know, this team is a far cry from the team that was. I mean, I don't want to go that far back, but when they went 0-6 back in 2007, they're a far cry from the team that was even just playing just a couple of years ago when Campbell first started there. I think they finished the season, was it 4-13, 5-12, or something like that. You know, it was a record that some people were saying, oh man, Dan Campbell is not the right guy. They need to get rid of him. But you could tell that team, even though they had double digit losses, they looked like a team that was not just gonna lay down, even if they were losing by quite a bit. They were a scrappy team then. And through the draft, through coaching, through just the improvement of the players that have been there, like Jared Goff. Jared Goff was basically considered a throwaway piece during that Matthew Stafford trade. Lions got they traded away. They really get a couple seconds, things like that. And the reason the Rams gave up Goff was one, they didn't want to keep his contract, and they were like, oh, we don't want Goff to be a backup while we have Matthew Stafford. Let's just get rid of him, clean slate. And they're like, yeah, you can keep Goff, you can have him, you know. And over the years, Goff has not only improved, it seems like he's improved as a quarterback, but he's been embraced by Detroit. You know, Goff was thrown away. He was a second thought. He was like, oh, he's broken. You can't fix him. It's over. The city of Detroit identifies with that. They were, for such a long time, they were seen as a city that was broken. They were the afterthought. They were the team that you did not want to go to. And they embraced Goff. Goff embraced his role and his city, and I don't know. It's been nice to see Goff being able to kind of grow as well as Detroit. So it's gonna be fun in the NFC North this year. We got some really good teams. So 2nd and 7, single back in the backfield. Pressure, and Dak Prescott is going to go down for a sack here. There is a flag, and that looks like it was Hutchinson on the sack here. Currently leads the NFL in sacks. And it's going to be a holding penalty on the Lions here. So this will give Dallas a big first down. And that is on Jack Campbell, the Lions' first-round draft pick, one of their multiple first-round draft picks from last year. It's going to be a handoff to Zeke, who is going to be able to slide through the first tackle, but only gains about 2 yards. And Dallas was one of the teams that had the potential to land Devontae Adams. Obviously, the news kind of has been circling the last couple of days that Devontae might stay with the Raiders. 2nd and 8, ball at the 34. Once again, another handoff to Zeke, who is out across the 35. And apparently the Raiders are trying to ask for a 2nd-round pick and even maybe some other stuff on top of the team whoever trades for Adams taking basically the entire contract. And that's kind of what's causing the holdup. Teams do not want to trade for all of that. It'll be 3rd and 6, ball at the 24. My apologies. Empty set. Dak looking. Gets the ball to number 9 there. And that's going to be a big Dallas first down, ball at the 11. And that was to Turpin, usually mostly used as a return man for Dallas. It's going to be a handoff to Zeke, who is going to be met in the backfield, and he's going to be lucky to be able to get back to the line of scrimmage on that one. And the inability to run is kind of a McCarthy special. He was not able to really run the ball well almost his entire time in Green Bay. 3 receivers to the right. Dak dropping it to his tight end, Ferguson, who nearly gets away from Brian Branch there. Oh, no, sorry, not Brian Branch. That is... Who is that? Oh, Robertson. Robertson doing a great job of being able to wrap up Ferguson with a nice little ankle tackle. It'll be 3rd and 5. Ball at the 7-yard line. Dak in the shotgun, three receiver bunch to the left. Throws it, and it's going to be intercepted in the end zone. And that is Brian Branch, the Alabama man. Great job not biting on the flat and adjusting and just floating backwards to be able to snag and undercut that route meant for CeeDee Lamb in the back of the end zone. And just like Goff, man, Dak will give you opportunities for interceptions. Just the players that they are. They're risk takers. They do not just take always the easy, dump it down. They like to push the ball down the field. And that is a big interception right there, taking points off the board. Even if they didn't get a touchdown there, kick the field goal, make it a 1-point game. It's tough right there. Brian Branch, a very smart player, man. Was a player that I was hoping the Packers would have picked up when they had the chance. Obviously, they could have drafted him in the second round. They actually traded back twice. And Detroit was able to pick him up. But I would say that it came out to even. You know, to be fair, the Packers, with the picks that they picked up, were able to get Jaden Reed, Dontavian Wicks, and I think I'm trying to remember. I can't remember if it was Carl Brooks or it might have been Kobe Wooden, but either way, the Packers were able to pick up 3 players by trading back, but they lost out on a chance to get Brian Branch in that backfield, or in that secondary. Yeah, and Dak had time here. See if he had any options. He had the underneath route for sure. Probably wasn't not going to get them. Brian Branch just did a great job, man. He just read Dak's eyes the entire way. Branch was he was the man that was supposed to cover the flat route there, but as soon as Dak threw it up, Branch just boom exploded off that back foot and able to get up the field and undercut the route. Just a great job, man. That's just a heck of a play by a young player, man. Only his second year, and he's making some veteran moves right there. It's going to be a run to the left here. Montgomery only able to get a yard on the play. Oh, that might have been Jahmyr Gibbs, actually. 2 receivers to the right. Goff under center. Fullback in the backfield. Sorry, fullback and running back in the backfield. And delayed handoff. Jahmyr Gibbs breaking the tackle and going to be very close to a first down. Gets slammed at the end of that. Man, dude, Jahmyr Gibbs, man, he is such a sudden runner. They have David Montgomery in the backfield. Single receiver to the right. Goff under center. Tight end in motion. And Montgomery able to squeeze right through. Big first down run. Jameer Gibbs is now in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to him to the right side. He's going to be able to get past the initial wave. Gain of about 3 or 4. In a team that has not been able to stop the run, Dallas, all season long, is going up against one of the best running duos in the NFL. Not just in the NFC, not just in the NFC North. They're one of the best teams at rushing the ball. And it's going to be tough, man, here. 3 receivers to the left. Jameer Gibbs exploding out of the backfield, and that's going to be another first down. He is out across the 50, down to about the 47 of Dallas. Dude, when Jameer Gibbs gets going, man, it almost like freaks me out how fast the dude is. Like he is like obviously the NFL is full of fast guys, man, but he is like terrifyingly fast. Almost gives me anxiety. Receiver in motion. It's going to be a nice little end around to Jamison Williams, who is going to be able to get a first down on that nice end around to the right. It's another player that Detroit has who has just incredible speed. Yeah, and both of those guys are out of the SEC. I think Gibbs was a running back for Georgia, and Williams came out of Alabama. Tight end, Laporta in motion to the right. Goff under center, single back in the backfield. Fakes the handoff. Goff scanning the field. Oh! Had Williams wide open, but Williams unable to haul it in. And if he catches that, I think he's going for 6. With his speed, crazy. And yeah, just kind of alligatored the arms there. Just didn't fully extend for the ball. Hit him right in the chest. I think if you're Goff, you want to put that ball a little bit forward, but I mean that's an easy catch for an NFL wideout. So 2nd and 10, ball at the 34. He gives it to Williams again over the middle, and this time he's able to haul it in for a first down. Goff going right back to the young guy. And that was Trayvon Diggs on the coverage, just unable to keep up with Williams' speed. Sorry about that. And there's about 6 seconds left in this first quarter. We will see if they even want to run a play or if they're just trying to get them to jump off sides. And yeah, no play. That'll be the end of this first quarter. Detroit is driving down the field and hoping to take a 14-13 lead in the second quarter. Man, and if I think you're like most analysts, this was what they were expecting. They were expecting an opportunistic Detroit defense to get takeaways, to get stops, and then giving that ball to that offensive powerhouse that they have. And they're just driving down the field, man. The Cowboys have not been able to do much that to force Detroit to kind of go outside of their comfort range. They're running it when they want, and they're passing it, for the most part, has been phenomenal. And obviously, in this drive, we're seeing the effects of having two very, very talented running backs. First drive, it's all basically David Montgomery all the way down. And now, Jahmyr Gibbs. Two backs who are very talented. I think David Montgomery is one of the, I think he's more complete. He's a more complete back. He can get you in a myriad of ways. But you cannot train, you cannot replace a guy that is so fast like Jahmyr Gibbs. Like I said, his speed is like terrifying. So when you start keying on one, they bring in the other, and then it goes back and forth, man. And that would be one thing if you just had to worry about those two. You have two very good wide receivers, great wide receivers, in St. Brown and Williams, who can basically score from any point in the field. First and 10, ball to 22. Goff takes the snap, finds his man, and trying to get it to Jahmyr Gibbs, who was running down the sidelines. That pass was far behind where that ball should have been. He was trying to lay it down, but he just underthrew it, basically. Second down, Lions in the eye, single receiver to the right. Two wide receivers stacked up to the right as well. It's going to be a handoff to Gibbs, who is going to lose about 3 or 4 yards on the play. And that is number 18, Clark, for the Dallas Cowboys, with the stop in the backfield. Just a great job, man, from the linebacker position, able to get past two blockers to get to Jahmyr Gibbs. It'll be 3rd and 13, ball at the 25. Goff in the shotgun here. It's going to be a toss to Gibbs on the end around here to the left, and he is going to be able to only get about 2 yards on the play. Dallas doing a great job on defense right there. Using that commercial timeout there to kind of get the right guys on the field. Great play calling by Mike Zimmer. And we're going to see Jake Bates attempting what looks like a 40-yard field goal here. Kick is up, and it is good. And the Detroit Lions retake a 7-point lead here. $13:28 left in the second quarter here. All right, let's see how this Cowboys offense responds. They were doing well in this last drive, getting in the red zone. Just I don't even want to say it was a bad decision by Dak. It was the right call. But Branch just played it perfectly, man. He just read Dak Prescott and was able to adjust to the pass. But I mean, when it's third down, you just got to take the underneath route, take the 3 points. All right. Ball at the 30 here. It's going to be a handoff to Rico Dowdle, who's going to get to about the 30. Gain of 5 on the play for the Dallas Cowboys. Tight ends in motion to the right. Dak under center. CeeDee Lamb motioning out to the left. Dak trying to find somebody on the other side of the field and was able to get the ball to Ferguson, but Ferguson unable to haul it in, hit him right in the hands. Coverage was very tight, though. Yeah, the former Wisconsin Badger there, he's not happy with his drop. 3rd and 5. Dak in the shotgun. 3 receiver bunch to the right. And nearly intercepted. Trying to throw it over the middle, trying to get it to number 83, Brooks. Dak Prescott, man, kind of risking the ball a little bit early. Brooks and Ferguson basically bumped right into each other. And Anzalone, the linebacker for the Cowboys, for the Lions, nearly coming away with a huge interception there. Dallas will punt this ball away. Well, they blew this play dead here. Looks like there's a flag, and it's going to be a false start on the Cowboys. So that'll move that ball back a little bit more. Punt is away. Does not look like a very good punt. Ooh, it takes a very solid bounce, and it's going to be, looks like it's going to be inside the 35 here. Oh, we got some extracurricular activities here. We got a flag out as well. "12.5 minutes left in this quarter. Now let's see what the flag is. And it's gonna be on number 29 again, who had the false start the previous play, and on this time he went out of bounds. So that's gonna cost Dallas some more yardage here. And that was a CJ Goodwin with back-to-back penalties on that punt. Dallas, man, they are making mistakes early and often. And you're already going to be it was already going to be tough to be able to beat this Detroit team. You do not need to be giving them more possessions and more yardage. See, now this is what turns a potential loss into basically a blowout loss is bad penalties, bad play, and turnovers, things like that. Dallas just really just needs to get their stuff together, man, because they are. This can easily start turning into oh, we suck and we're not gonna really want to play anymore. And that doesn't mean like they're not gonna be able to compete. They're gonna be laying down things like that. But it's just you're gonna start seeing some guys. That's why it's there. Make business decisions. And there's a lot of contracts that are up, including Mike McCarthy's after this season. And heading into this season, they basically Dallas needed to win and be able to get to at least the NFC Championship game if McCarthy was going to be able to get extended, even for another year or two. But if Dallas just keeps on playing the way that they are, it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be very, very tough to see Mike McCarthy come back at all. Some people think that he might get fired in the season. We'll see. I think if it gets really, really bad, then you'll see Jerry Jones make that decision. But I don't think he's rarely ever fired a guy in the middle of the season. I don't even think Jason Garrett was fired in season, if I'm correct. I think the last guy they fired was Wade Phillips. And that was when they were, I think, 2-7 or something like that. They had John Kitna starting games for him that season. So 1st and 10, ball at the 37. Goff throwing it down the field to his tight end and unable to connect. Just overthrew him on that one. Man, if Goff is able to put that ball on, man, that dude was going to be going off. Two receivers stacked up at the right side here. Goff in shotgun, takes the snap, finds St. Brown for a big first down. Yeah, we have not seen a whole lot of St. Brown in this game thus far. Might be his first catch of the game. Nice little crossing route from the right to the left. Clock is under 12 minutes. Goff under center here. Ball at the 48. St. Brown again in motion. And it's going to be a nice double, almost like a little, oh my God, touchdown. Sam Laporta. Holy cow, there's a lot going on in the backfield here for that touchdown throw to Laporta. I'm going to have to break that one down. So St. Brown, pre-snap motion, was moving to his left. And then he was moving back as if he was going to go across back to where he was. During that, Goff took the snap, tossed it to the right to David Montgomery, who then tossed it to St. Brown, who was coming back to the left. And then St. Brown tossed it back to Jared Goff, who then found Sam Laporta running down the field on the right sideline there. There was a lot of motion, a lot of tosses. My gosh. So it started with Goff, then Montgomery, then St. Brown, back to Goff, who then threw it to Laporta. That's what it was. And I got to tell you, man, Ben Johnson, pretty sure he's the offensive coordinator. That dude is going to get a big head coaching job after this season. He could have had one this offseason, but he wanted to come back one more time to see what they could do. And Man, if Detroit is able to make a deep run, potentially get to the Super Bowl, potentially win the Super Bowl, man. So, score is 17-3. Holy cow. Detroit, the way that they are playing right now, this is starting to smell like something like a blowout. It's only a 2 point it's only a two possession game, but man, that defense, that offense, they are looking strong right now. How is Dallas going to respond here, man? They have not been able to really move the ball. And when they have, they've just turned the ball over every time. Dude, that was a fun play. I got to give Detroit some credit on that one. That was a fun play. Yeah, let's see where Laporta was throughout this whole thing. He started on the right side of that formation blocking and then just released, turned the burners on, was able to get past I think it was a linebacker there, and then just outran everybody the rest of the way. 11:39 left in this quarter, 17-3, Detroit. And to make matters worse, today is Jerry Jones's birthday. This is not what he wanted for his birthday, man. I think the guy turns 82. All right. Well, the kickoff went out the back of the end zone, so Dallas will start with the ball at the 30. Stacked receivers on each side. Dak in the pistol here, hands it off to Zeke, who gets absolutely blown up in the backfield. Seemed like he was able to stumble forward for a minimal loss. Man, dude, Detroit, man, they're smelling blood in the water, and they're gonna start coming after Dak Prescott here. Empty set. Dak, three receivers to the right. Tries to get it to CeeDee Lamb, who is not going to be able to haul it in. A lot of contact there from Carlton Davis, but they are saying no flag, no PI. Look out for that. If that's consistent, then hey, let them play. To me, I'd rather, even if it's against the Packers, I'd rather let them play, let them get aggressive. As long as they're not pulling jerseys or face masks, let them play, man. 3rd and 10, empty set, pressure, and Dak goes down again. And it's the big man, number 54. First man there. Holy cow, man. And, I mean, they were showing blitz, man. There was 6 guys on the line. Ooh. And that is McNeil with the sack on Dak Prescott. Dallas barely took a minute off the clock on that one. Dude, it's going to be so much fun when the Packers go up against the Lions, man. It's going to be two very good offenses. with two very opportunistic defenses. It's going to be so much fun, man. Dude, that's going to be like Christmas coming early, man. Oh, boy. And Detroit, man, they are looking to take over Jerry's world today. And on his birthday, too, man, the disrespect. And don't worry, we're on a commercial break here, so we're not missing anything. All right, we are back here. They're showing a little bit of a replay on that sack. All right, ball at the 31 for the Detroit Lions. St. Brown in motion, and they hand it off to Montgomery, who's going to go up for about 3 yards on the play. Second and 5. Single receivers on each side. It's going to be a handoff to David Montgomery, who gets past the line of scrimmage and keeps on trucking, breaking 2 tackles. My God, dude. First down. Run to the right, man. Holy cow. Montgomery is a freaking monster. Broke the tackle of Wilson. Broke another tackle. And he's out across the 50 down to the 49 of Dallas. Detroit in the eye. Receiver in motion. Goff throwing it to a wide open St. Brown. 35. Spins out of a tackle, and he's going to be just short of the 30 down to the 32. That is a first down for Detroit. That was a gain of about 17 on the catch and run by St. Brown. Goff under center, single back in the backfield that looks like Jahmyr Gibbs. Fakes the handoff to Gibbs. Goff has time. Rolling to his left. And he's going to get maybe 2 yards. Looks like Goff took a little bit of a... definitely took a shot at the end of that one. Just trying to breathe through the pain. All right, 2 receivers to the left. St. Brown in the slot. Empty set. Takes a snap. Throwing it over the middle. Trying to get it to number 11 there. Unable to haul it in. Pass was short and behind him there. All right, 3rd and 9. Big 3rd down here for Dallas. They absolutely need to hold this Detroit team to basically just a field goal here. Otherwise, it's going to get out of hand real quick. Dallas showing blitz. Looks like they're sending 6 here. Empty set. Quick pass. It's going to be a little bubble screen, and he's going to be just about a yard short of the 1st down. They're saying it's 4th and 2, but it's going to be a short 2. And not surprising, Dan Campbell is going to try to go for it here. He's going to try to put the boot to the Dallas Cowboys here early with a little under 7 minutes left in the half. Single back in the backfield, Goff under center. Hands it off to Jahmyr Gibbs, and he is going to be able to get the 1st down. He is right on the marker. Let's see what the referees say. And they are saying that is a 1st down for Detroit. Goff under center. Williams in motion to the left here. It's going to be a handoff to David Montgomery, who's going to be taken down after about a yard on the ground. Second and 8, ball at the 22. Goff under center here. Montgomery in the backfield. Fakes the handoff. Gets it to Montgomery on the screen, who is going to be taken down around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Great job by Dallas right there, sniffing out that screen. And also bringing down Montgomery, man. After the initial hit, he was still on his feet, but they really just did a great job of rallying to him and bringing him down. 3rd and 9. 2 receivers to the left. Goff in the shotgun. Tight end, tight to the line. He is in motion now to the left. Pressure, and Goff is going to go down for a sack around the 31. Dallas finally able to get something going on defense. Great blitz by Mike Zimmer. Bringing the corner on there to the left side there, and just massive sack there for the Cowboys. This will be a 48-yard field goal attempt, and it is up and good. Detroit up 20-3 with 3:57 left in this second quarter. And around halftime, we're going to look around the league, look at some of the scores, see where everything stands heading into this second half of the late games on Sunday. But if you're just joining us, once again, we do every possible game we can. We do Packer games. We do obviously games like this that are going to be great, hopefully great matchups. We do Sunday night. We do Monday night. We do Thursday night. So please make sure you subscribe, hit that bell. Make sure you know when we're going to be dropping some stuff, when we're going live, when we're adding some other new things throughout the year. And make sure you leave a like. So I know that you guys are enjoying this kind of content, and so we can kind of keep going. And it's only going to get better from here, man. We added a scoreboard this week finally, and the things are only going to get better here as we go along. Obviously, Dallas missing out on missing Micah Parsons in this game, losing Kendricks as well before the game. So it's just like that defense, man. Some big injuries, some key playmakers not on the field for Dallas. And I think you're starting to see that a little bit as well. And the kick is up, and it is going to be downed in the end zone. Dallas will start with the ball at the 30. All right. Two receivers to the left. Shotgun. Takes the snap. Dak dumps it down to Rico Dowdle, who will get about 3 yards on the play. Second down, Lamb in motion to the right, single back in the backfield. Dak dropping back and not on the same page as CD, trying to get the ball to Lamb. Dak threw what was supposed to be a shallow out route there, just enough to get the first down. CD turning upfield basically on a go route. So not on the same page. That falls incomplete there. It's been like that all season, man. Him and Dak, man, just not able to be on the same page. So 3rd and 6, two receivers stacked up on the left. Dak empty set, gets the ball out quickly to Tolbert, who's going to get maybe an extra 4 yards. It'll be 2 yards short of the first down. Fourth down, it looks like Dallas is going to stay on the field here. It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be risky here. So they are at their own 38. If they do not get it, they are giving Detroit great field position with very little time left in this half to potentially get another score before halftime. Detroit sending 5. Dak trying to get it to his receiver, and it's going to be incomplete, and that is the turnover on downs. Terrion Arnold, number 0, with a huge pass breakup. And Detroit is rolling right now. They were trying to get it to Tarpon, almost like on a little zig route coming back inside. McCarthy is livid on the sidelines right now. And the Dallas Cowboys trying to out Dan Campbell, and it did not work out. First play is going to be a handoff to Gibbs, who's going to get dropped for about a 3-yard loss. It's going to be at the 41 now instead of the inside the 30. Sorry, inside the 40. So Dallas, man, the defense is going to need to make a play here. They're going to need to either get a turnover here, trying to get the ball back for Dallas's offense, who has not been able to really move the ball. Hopefully they can get a turnover, give them good field position. And this will take us to the 2-minute warning. All right, 2-minute warning. The score is 20-3. Lions have the ball. It'll be 2nd and 13 after the break. All right, don't go anywhere. I will be right back. All right, we are back here just in time. It'll be 2nd and 14. Ball at the 42. Two receivers to the right. Goff in the shotgun here. And that is going to be a penalty on the Dallas Cowboys. Try to jump the snap. Did not work for him. Basically giving back the the yardage that they were able to knock him back with the loss on downs. Sorry, a loss on the previous play. Second and 9. Ball should be spotted around the 37. Single back in the backfield. Goff motioning. Williams to the left. Goff has time. Throws it over the middle. Finds an open man. That's going to be number 17, the former Denver Bronco, for a huge first down. And this is getting into some blowout territory if Detroit can get it to the end zone here. It looks like it's going to be a first down inside the 20 down to the 19. Two stacked receivers to the left. Williams, single receiver to the right in motion. He's going to hand it off to Gibbs, who's going to run to the left, and he's going to get down at the 15. Gain of 4 on the play. Clock is continuing to roll. It's now going to be under 60 seconds left in the half. And Detroit is in no rush here. They are very content to potentially just take a field goal on this drive, but they want to get into the end zone. Dropping back, gets the ball to St. Brown over the middle, and that is going to be a first down for the Detroit Lions. 43 seconds left. Looks like Detroit is going to use their first timeout here. Oh, actually, it's Dallas who used their timeout here. Very interesting. And granted, I guess if Detroit's going to score, they want to have a little bit of time to try to get something going before the half here, but I mean, there's 44 seconds left, man. There's not going to be a whole lot of time. And if anything, you're just buying Detroit time to be able to get this ball out quickly. It's going to be to Lucas Patrick, who is going to be all the way. He extends that ball across the goal line, and it's going to be a touchdown for Detroit here. That is Tim Patrick with his first touchdown, I believe, of the season. Did he step out? Oh, that knee is actually going to be just short. That knee went down at the 1, and that ball is going to be just inches short of the goal line. Now, if you're Dallas, do you use another timeout here? I mean, you're already committed to it, so you might as well. I don't know. To me, that did not make any sense. I get it. I get it. I understand why they're calling timeouts to get the ball before the half, but I mean, you're basically saying like, okay, Dallas is going to score here. We're going to let them score to try to get the ball back with a couple seconds. That doesn't make any sense. I think if you're gonna call timeout, you should have been calling it when there was, once you got past the 2 minute warning, not 50 seconds with 50 seconds left in the half. So Mike McCarthy and the Dallas Cowboys will use their second timeout. They stop the clock at 40 seconds. The ball is going to be spotted just inside the 1 for Detroit. It'll be second and goal. Lions in the eye. Goff under center, obviously. It's going to be a run by Montgomery, who's going to dive to the left side and get into the end zone. And that is another touchdown by David Montgomery. And with 36 seconds left in the half, Detroit has a chance to be taking a 4-possession lead at halftime here. And the kick is up. And, it's just going to be just inside. And I'm actually just doing the math right now. It's a 24-point lead, so it's still a 3-possession game. That is 3 timeouts and 3 2-point conversions. So Dallas has 36 seconds, only 1 timeout to try to get some points here. Kick is away, and it'll be returned from basically all the way at the end. And it's going to be returned 40, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. And that is Turpin with a massive run. Holy cow. Mike McCarthy is making me eat my own words here. They faked like they were going to basically reverse field. They're going to toss it to a guy that was running to the left side of the field. And wow, man. 1st and 10, ball at the 30. They're already in field goal range. 28 seconds left in the half here. Dak in the backfield, shotgun, single back, and he's going to be taken down for a sack. And Dallas is going to have to use their timeout here. Their only timeout. And that is another sack by number big 54, McNeil. He's already brought Prescott down for a sack, and he'll do it again here. They better not give Hutchinson any kind of credit for that. He was trying to get his hands in there to try to get half a sack. That should be all 54 right there. And the drive that started out at the 30 will move all the way back to about the 38 after the sack. They have no timeouts left. 2nd and 19. Dak looking, throwing it down the middle, unable to get it to CD Lamb, who was, even if he would have caught it, it would have been like a 5-yard gain. I mean, they had me going, man, with the big return there. Now they're going backwards. Again, 3rd and 19. Dak looking, trying to get the ball to CD, who is going to go back to the original line of scrimmage after making a man miss. It'll be 4th and 10. Dallas is going to be sending out the kicking team here, trying to get some points before the half. 47 yards for Aubrey. 12 seconds left. Kick is up, and it's just going to be just inside. That thing was drifting a little bit to the right there. And with 8 seconds left, Dallas does get some points on the board here, and they make it a 21-point deficit. Man, dude, after that return, I was like, oh, okay, we're going to see something going. And then, bam, that sack right away on the first play. Like, I know the pressure kind of came out of nowhere, but, I mean, if you're Dak, if you don't find a guy right away, just throw it away. Throw it away. Mm. All right, we're still waiting for the kickoff here. 8 seconds left in the half. And it's going to be out the back of the end zone. Most likely we will be seeing a kneel down here for Detroit. More than content to take a 3-touchdown lead into the half. And man, dude, Dallas fans do not look happy right now, which I mean, I don't blame them. Their team has been performing below standards all season, and today it doesn't look any better. Even when something positive happens, it just goes nowhere, man. All right. At halftime, it is 27-6 Detroit, absolutely crushing the Dallas Cowboys at home in Jerry World on his birthday. Jerry Jones is not going to be a happy camper today. The Dallas Cowboys are just not performing And Detroit is basically stealing Jerry Jones's cake today. Atlanta up 22-17. There we go. What we got? What else we got? What else we got? Steelers and Raiders. It is 15-7. Steelers on top, heading into the third quarter here, or in the middle of the third quarter. Next, we got Chargers and the Broncos. And that is a blowout right now, 20-0, halfway through the third quarter. We had Philly being just barely able to beat the Browns 20-16. Tampa Bay coming away with a huge victory over the Saints, and the Ravens being able to beat the Commanders. Texans beat the Patriots, and the Colts beat the Tennessee Titans. Caleb Williams, 4 touchdowns today. Holy cow. The kid is looking good, man. These young quarterbacks who started out the season very slow, very rough. Took a couple weeks for some of them to get touchdowns, but they are starting to look strong, man. They're starting to look like the players that their teams were hoping for, man. Some franchise-altering quarterbacks. So Chicago got a win. Green Bay has a win. And as of right now, Detroit is looking like they're going to be able to get another win here. The Vikings had a bye week. It's been fun, man. It's been a fun NFC North battle thus far between these 4 teams. Early on, it looked like Chicago was not going to be there at the end. They're 4-2. They are only 1.5 to 2 games behind Green Bay. Again, they're 4-2. Detroit about to only have 1 loss so far. So it's been interesting, man. It's been interesting. This might be the closest race in the NFC North in, God, I'm trying to think, probably over 10, 15 years. Can't remember the last time all 4 teams were really, really solid. I'm trying to think here. Green Bay, 2006, they were okay. I don't know, man. It's been a while. It's been a while since the Bears were really, really good. They had a couple seasons with Jay Cutler that were solid, but not many. They had a couple of seasons when they made it to the playoffs a couple of years ago. It was 6 or 7 years ago. Yeah, man, it's been a while since all 4 teams looked like some of the better teams in the NFL. So, it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be very close. I don't think this is going to be a 1 or 2 horse race. I think all 4 teams are going to be there in December with the possibility to win the division. Again, a possibility, not a guarantee. Which is more than you can say for a lot of divisions at this point. So we're at halftime here. I'm going to grab something quick to drink, so I will be right back. Let me know what you think the second half is going to be like. Do you think Dallas is going to start waking up a little bit more? They're going to start pushing the ball down the field, maybe get Detroit to make some mistakes, or do you think it's just going to be more of the same in the second half? Let me know. All right, we are back here. Looks like the second half is just about to start. So perfect timing here. Seastrom, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. No, man, I'm sorry, man. I know. Don't worry, man. It's we've all been there, man. If you've been a fan of any NFL team long enough, you've been through games like this. You've been through seasons like this. The silver lining is, man, you still get to watch your team play. All right. Who knows? This game could turn around. Okay. Crazier things have happened, and just imagine, dude. I'm just trying to give you a little bit of hope, Seastrom. Imagine if they can make this game interesting. Remember the Baltimore Ravens game? That looked like it was about to be one of the biggest blowouts of all in the entire NFL. And Dallas came back, fought back. They still lost, but they made it close, man. Who knows? This game could get very interesting. All right. Yeah, man. It's good to see. I feel bad for Cleveland. It's good to see Deshaun Watson and some of the knuckleheads, as Charles Barkley would say, some of the knuckleheads that made that decision to trade away Baker and bring in Deshaun. It's good to see some of those guys eventually going to probably pay for some of the knuckleheaded decisions that they've made over the last couple of years. So, but that's still, even a 4 point victory. It's a victory, but I don't know. What does that do to Nick Sirianni, man? Barely able to beat one of the worst teams in the NFL. And the kickoff is away, and Detroit will receive it in the end zone and down it. Detroit gets the ball at the 30 here. So don't give out hope on the Cowboys here, man. I hope they make this game interesting. All right. Three receiver bunch to the left. St. Brown in motion, fakes the handoff to Brown, but they give it to Jahmyr Gibbs, who goes to the right side, and it's going to be a gain of 12 and a first down for Detroit. They're going to be out across the 40. Great run to the right. Using St. Brown basically as a lead blocker for Jahmyr Gibbs there. All right, 1st and 10. Goff under center, hands it off, fakes the handoff actually. It's looking down the field, and he's going to dump it down to Jahmyr Gibbs, who's going to be out across the 50, down to the 45, stays in bounds, and he's going to be down somewhere around the 40-yard line of the Dallas Cowboys. What a dump down there. There was nobody within like 10 yards of Jahmyr Gibbs. Wow. Also, let me know what you guys think of me holding on to the mic. Is it distracting? Is it making too much noise? Let me know. I'm a fidgety person by nature. I'm just always have to move a little bit, so it's nice to be able to move the mic. But let me know if it's distracting. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and Gibbs gets about 2 yards on the play. Oh, that's right. Thank you, Dahlia. Thank you for. My goodness. There we go. 3. Now I got to adjust these timeouts as well. So empty set for Detroit here. Goff looking back, throwing it down the field, and it's going to be incomplete. Shout out to the chat. Thank you. Keeping me on it. Keeping me on it. I like it. I love it. It'll be 3rd and 8 here for Detroit. This could be a huge stop for Dallas here. Goff throwing it deep down the field. Has a man open. Jamison Williams for the touchdown again. My goodness. And that is on. The coverage was by Diggs, and he is just beside himself. The veteran just getting absolutely roasted by the young receiver. And Diggs trying to do everything he can to jam him at the line, unable to, and then just gets beat deep down the field. Detroit is eating tonight, man. Holy cow. Seastrom, hang in there, buddy. Hang in there with me. It's all right. And the extra point is good, and it is 34-6 here on Jerry Jones's birthday, man. Well, the good news is for some Dallas fans that they're showing on the sidelines, most of them have beers in their hands. So, it's one thing to be sad and watching your team struggle. At least they have a beer. That is true, man. I don't think the Packers have lost in the entire time that they faced the Cowboys in that new stadium. I think they won a Super Bowl there as well. I'm pretty sure that was in Super Bowl 45. Yeah, man, you might have to burn that stadium down. Maybe it's the big giant jumbotron in the middle of the whole thing. Maybe that's what's cursed. And I'll tell you right now, as much as Jerry Jones gets made fun of by NFL fans, in my opinion, I think most people actually like him. I really do think that most fans actually like Jerry. Sometimes he can go a little too crazy with it, but I think he's well liked. But I think he puts himself out there so much that it's tough not to make fun of him. But Jerry is a good owner, man. He treats his players well. His players seem to just love him. Absolutely love him. But home advantage, I think you mean. Yeah. Yeah, man, that's fair, man. And trust me, you're talking to a Packer fan right now. I think the last time we won in Lambeau Field consistently in the playoffs was back in the early 2000s. Every single time the Packers play in the playoffs, especially when it gets very cold, they seem to just be awful. The amount of times I've seen them lose to the 49ers, the Giants. There's one more team I'm trying to think of, Seattle. Outside of the 49ers, every other team kind of plays in cold weather. But to lose to a California team in Lambeau when it's supposed to be freezing or snowing, and sometimes the Packers have gotten beat handedly at home. So yeah, man, Lambeau Field, the home advantage is not what it used to be, and it doesn't seem like Jerry World is a huge home advantage for them as well. I don't know, man. I mean, you're coming up on what? How many years of this stadium being open? I think it opened in 2008, 2009. Pretty sure. So, I mean, the good news is most stadiums, after about 20 years, get replaced. So this this one might be replaced within the next 10 to 15 years. It's a pretty stadium, though, man. I've had a couple of friends of mine who have been to that stadium, and they've shown me pictures. Just looks insanely massive. So Dallas will start with the ball at the 29. CD motioning slightly out to the right. Dak, a little bit of pressure, and needs to move. He gets the ball to CD Lamb for a gain of about 5 on the play. All right. Three receivers to the right. 2nd and 5. Ball at the just shy of the 34. Dak in shotgun. Pressure, and he goes down for a sack, and that is Hutchinson, I believe. Oh, no. Oh, no. There's a Lions player down on the ground. I believe that is Hutchinson, and he is holding his right knee. He's taking his gloves off. He has not moved an inch. Oh, no. I was wondering why he let go of Dak when he was in the middle of that sack, and it looks like Hutchinson might have hurt himself. Oh my god, dude. Again, I don't want the Lions to keep winning, but you never want to see, like, especially a player of that caliber, man. You don't want to see guys like that go down. You don't want to see anybody go down, but when you see a great, like a truly great player, all I'm hoping for it's like more like the Christian Watson injury where it looked worse than it was. I mean, Christian Watson only missed a week after that what looked like a season-ending injury. Hopefully Hutchinson, maybe it's just a little bit of a scare. You know, maybe his knee just kind of tweaked a little bit. Obviously, on a commercial break here. Mm. But Detroit's defense, man, just causing more havoc, man. And Dak, he just keeps on holding onto the ball, man. I don't get it. When you sense the pressure, you just got to be able to throw the ball away. Keep yourself in manageable position, manageable down and distance. All right, looks like we are almost back here. Oh, it's not good. They got the stretcher on the field. Dude, this sucks, man. All right, I don't need to see the terror on his face, man. Get the camera off of his face. Jesus. All right, we're back on commercial here. It looks like it's going to be a little bit before they can really move Hutchinson off the field. Dang, dude, that sucks. I mean, he came into this game leading the NFL by a decent amount. And he'd been so close to getting a couple sacks. He finally was able to get a sack, and then this happens. It's unfortunate, man. And let me know how the not only how the audio is, but also how the picture looks. Let me know if it's a little choppy or not. Had to adjust a few things here and there. It's looking good on my end, but I want to make sure it's looking good for everybody. Dude, can you believe the Mets are on a run? I mean, I'm still disappointed that the Brewers could not beat them, but picture is good, sound is good. Awesome. Thank you, Talia. And Hutchinson is still on the field, man. You got basically almost the entire side of the Detroit team is just on the, literally right on the field. You got almost everybody on the Dallas Cowboys also on the field, man. It does not look good. Thankfully, they're not showing Hutchinson right now, but you're seeing a bunch of other players, man. Even the Dallas Cowboys, like I think CeeDee Lamb was very emotional. And the fact that it's taken this long to get him off the field, man, something bad must have happened. Because like we've seen guys like injure their knee, you're able to kind of stabilize them, get them under the stretcher. It does not seem like they are really comfortable moving him a whole lot. Either that or they're just trying to see exactly what it could be. I don't know. Dang. Oh, gotcha. Sorry about that. Yeah, I should have probably looked at the clock. I'm not sure exactly where I am, but the Cowboys had the ball here, or they still have the ball technically. Yeah, as soon as I see what time we're at, we'll kind of we'll call out the time there. That way we know where we're at. No, yeah, it's no good when you see injuries, man. And that's a big reason why these guys make so much money, man. It's like anytime a player, whether they're holding out or whether they go somewhere else. Like I've seen a lot of great Packer players leave. Like Micah Hyde was a guy that I remember the Packers didn't really even try to sign him, and then he went to the Bills, had a Pro Bowl career there for like the first 5 seasons. But yeah, anytime these guys can make their money, man, can't blame them. Yeah, a lot of players. Hutchinson, they're finally moving him off the field. He looks very emotional, and he was getting some words of encouragement from seemed like everybody, man. Cowboys, Lions fans, man. Man, that sucks, man. I give it up for Hutchinson, man. That dude's a freaking beast. He's a warrior, man. So, hope whatever it is, man. Hopefully he's healthy and eventually he can get back on the field, whether that's this season or whenever. So it is 3rd and 11 after the Hutchinson sack. Ball is at the 28. Dak in the empty set here. 2 receivers to the left. Dak stepping up in the pocket. Gets hit as the ball is thrown, and it's going to be an incomplete pass, but there is a flag on the field. And Dak holding his middle finger here. But that'll be a penalty on Detroit. That'll give Dallas a first down. Ball at the 38. Dak Prescott scrambling, and he is going to gain maybe a yard on the play. Brian Branch in there to bring him down. And Najee Harris, they're showing some highlights of the Steelers game here, being able to break away, and now it is 22-7 in the fourth quarter, and against the Raiders. And Dak Prescott needing to throw the ball out. He's got pressure, and he gets it to Ferguson, who is able to get away from the initial contact to get a couple extra yards. And we have another Detroit Lion down on the ground. This time it's number 23. I think that's Carlton Davis. Brian Branch was the guy that put the pressure on Dak to get that ball out quickly. And Ferguson just fell right on the neck of Carlton Davis. And Davis when Ferguson landed on him, his helmet fell off, so he was just exposed, and one of his teammates' cleats just whacked him right just above the eye. So I think it's a little bit of a blow to the head, and then maybe a little bit of a hit to the eye as well. That might be affecting Davis there. So he's walking to the sideline, so hopefully he's okay too. Maybe the Cowboys will just eventually just win by default here. There's so many guys getting injured. Detroit sending the pressure here. They send 5. Dak gets the ball out quickly, and it's going to be a good ball, but Tolbert unable to haul it in. The coverage was very, very tight. And it hit Tolbert right in the hands. He just couldn't haul it in. He beat his man. It's a tough one right there. It's the one you got to bring in, man. That's the one you got to bring in. So Cowboys are going for it. 4th and 5. I mean, they're down by 28 points. So Dak throwing it wide open. CeeDee Lamb. He's going to get inside the 40 in Detroit territory. And that'll be a first down for the Cowboys. Finally, CeeDee Lamb, 6 receptions, 70 yards. It feels like he has a lot less. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 38. Dak in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left. He's going to throw the ball to, was that Brooks? It's going to be incomplete, but they're saying there is a pass interference on Detroit here. I'm going to have to see what that was, man. That's on Kendall Valor. I think he's the one replacing Carlton Davis on the outside. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of touching, but I feel like they're both kind of fighting. But all right, 1st and 10, ball at the 30 after the penalty. Dak in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, a tight end in the slot to the to the left as well. Dak scrambling, barely able to get the ball out, and he took a shot around the midsection as he was throwing that ball. Trying to get it to Tarpin, their primary returner. Tarpin running a little corner route there. Second down, ball at the 30. 2 receivers spread out on the right side. CeeDee Lamb coming to the left. Shotgun. Dak has a little bit of time, and he is going to try to scramble, and it's going to go nowhere. It's going to be a loss of about 1 on the play. Man, I mean, he had time. He had time. I don't know why he basically stepped into a collapsing pocket a little bit there. And I believe that was Jack Campbell that took him down. Detroit showing blitz. They have 7 guys on the line. Sorry, 6 guys on the line. 3rd and 12. Ball at the 32. Dak trying to get the ball out, and it's going to be incomplete. Unable to get it to Brooks, who was running a crossing route from right to left. And it's going to be 4th down again for the Lions. Sorry, for Dallas here. And Mike McCarthy is going to send out his kicker. Going to try to bring this down to a 25-point lead, which, I mean, I get it. Get points when you can, but, I mean, and the kick is good, so it's going to be 9-34. But it's still, even with the field goal, it's still a 4 possession lead. It'd be one thing if the kick made it got it to 24, 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns, 3 2-point conversions, but you still need to get the ball and score 4 times, 3 touchdowns and a field goal, along with 3 2-point conversions, man. I don't know. I know it's 4th and 12, but I would have gone for it at this point. All right. 8:43 left in the 3rd quarter here. And Dallas kicks it off. It's going to be in the landing zone. So Detroit will return it here. It's going to be out across the 30, 35, 40. And that's going to be a big return for the Detroit Lions. Arguably their best field position, at least from a kick return standpoint. All right. 2 receivers to the left here. Jared Goff in the shotgun. Both tight ends who are split out wide now come in to the frame of the offensive line. Goff has time, has a man open. That is going to be Reynolds just running down the field here. He's finally taken out of bounds here, but not after a massive gain. That'll get them, I think it's inside the 25 here. Just a great crossing route from the slot, basically. Sorry, Raymond, not Reynolds. Raymond going from right to left on that beautiful crossing route. He's able to get down to the 21. It's going to be a handoff to Montgomery, who has basically been untouched. He's got a 1st down, weaving his way through this Dallas defense, and he is down inside the 2. Gain of 19 yards. I don't think Montgomery was touched until he was basically inside the 10. Even though there was Dallas Cowboys everywhere, he was literally just ducking and weaving in between those guys. Oh, man. So Detroit started at their own 40. 2 plays later, they are down inside the 2. Man. So first and goal, tight end or fullback splits out wide, and they fake it, and it's going to be nearly a touchdown to the big man, trying to get it to the offensive lineman, Decker. And Goff, man, he was able to put that ball right on his hands. But that is why he plays offensive lineman, not wide receiver. Actually, a Dallas Cowboy was able to get his hands in between them, so nice. Second and goal. This time it's going to be a run up the middle to Montgomery, who is going to be. Looks like they stopped him just short of the goal line. It'll be a gain of 1. The ball will be spotted at about the 1 yard line, maybe inside. All right. Ball at the 1. Third and goal. And play clock was rolling down. Is this going to be a penalty or a timeout here? And it's going to be a delay of game on the Lions. That will move them back outside the 5 yard line. All right. Third and goal. Ball at the 6. Goff in the shotgun. St. Brown in motion. These Detroit looks confused here. Laporta in motion to the left. And the pressure is going to get to Jared Goff, and he's going to be sacked at the 15. Dallas's defense holds up here. After 2 amazing plays by the Detroit Lions to be able to get to the 2 yard line of Dallas. Dallas's defense with a huge 3 plays here to be able to bring Detroit back to the 15 and force a field goal instead of what might have been a game-ending dagger of a touchdown here, only in the 3rd quarter already. Kick is up, and it is good. Detroit up 37-9 with 5:26 left in the 3rd quarter. Heck of a job by Dallas's defense, man. They look like they were just going to basically just be rolled over, steamrolled on that drive. But Detroit, man, they were trying to get a little fancy, trying to get the ball to a offensive lineman on first down. On second down, Dallas just did a great job of stopping Montgomery, who they have not been able to really hold on, contain. And on third down, man, just a great blitz by Mike Zimmer. Mike Zimmer is a person that used to watch his defense when he was with Minnesota. He does a great job of being able to dial up a blitz at the right time. Seen it plenty of times where Rodgers either took a sack or just had to throw it away on the third down. Mike Zimmer loves to be able to pin his ears back or have his players pin their ears back and just go. And kickoff is going to be out the back of the end zone, and Dallas will have the ball here at the 30. Trying to make this game a little bit closer here. It's going to be tough to move, man. 28-point deficit. Need 4 touchdowns. Two receivers stacked up on the right. It's going to be a handoff to, is that Rico Dowdle? It is, and they only went for about a yard on the play. All right. Hurry up. Ooh, Dak looking. Tosses it to Dowdle, but it's going to fall incomplete. Anzalone on the coverage there. So it is already 3rd down here for Dallas. 3rd and long. Have only taken 26 seconds off the clock. CD in motion to the right. Bunch set to the right. Dak has time, has a clean pocket, gets the ball to CD Lamb, who is running a nice little dagger route from right to left. And it looks like they are in Detroit territory. It depends on the spot here. It's actually right at the 50. 1st and 10. 2 receivers to the right. Dak in the shotgun. Has time. Clean pocket. And Dallas fumbling the ball here. And unbelievable. Able to break the first tackle. He looked like he had a 1st down. And then the second. And that is Brian Branch, the man who already intercepted Dak Prescott on their second drive, punches that ball out as a clear fumble, stays in bounds, or the ball stays in bounds, and it is picked up by Detroit. Man, when it rains, it pours in Dallas. And that's tough to do because the stadium is a dome. I know. It was a terrible joke. Don't worry about it. Just let it go. Just let it go. Don't acknowledge it. Don't acknowledge it. Unless you liked it. If you liked it, leave it in the chat. They got 4 sacks, 2 takeaways here, both by Branch. Oh, yeah, no, man. It's not a good one, man. It is not a good one. Just nothing going right now. I'm right there with you, Seastrom. Don't worry about it. It has been a tough day for Dallas fans, man. It was. And I love the nickname that they give these punch outs now. It's like a peanut punch out. It's always hilarious. Oh, what are you grilling, dude? We're doing some chicken. We're doing some burgers. We're doing some full rib. You know, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we cooking up? And to be fair, it might be better if you start grilling, man, or just stay there. But yeah, man, let me know what you're grilling, dude. I'm starting to get hungry, so hopefully if this game ends at some point here, I'm going to try to get a quick bite to eat. All right. First and 10, ball at the 28. St. Brown in motion to the left, fakes the handoff. Goff finding Jamison running across the field, and he is going to be nearly to midfield, if not out across it. And Detroit just having a day right now. Well, people expected a blowout here. And so, yeah, the ball is now at the 48 of Dallas. So that was a 24-yard gain on the catch and run by Jamison Williams and Jahmyr Gibbs into the secondary, and gets another massive run. He is going to be stopped just shy, I believe, of the 30. It's going to be a gain of about 15 or 16 on the run by Jahmyr Gibbs. All right. Shotgun, two receivers to the right. Jahmyr Gibbs in motion to the right. They hand it off to Montgomery, who gets away from a tackler and is able to get 2 or 3 yards on the play. He was initially stopped in the back of the end zone. Sorry, in the backfield here. All right, 2nd and 8. Laporta in motion, gets the ball out to Raymond, and he is going to be able to get enough yardage for a first down. It's going to be at the 22. We still have clock is running to 212, 211, 210, 209, 208, 207, 206, 205 if you want to sync it up here. All right, Goff under center, single back in the backfield. St. Brown at the top of the screen to the left. Motioning in the backfield. It's going to be another run by Gibbs and another first down run by Jahmyr Gibbs, getting hit big time at the top of that run, but it's going to be a first down. It's going to be down at about the 12-yard line. All right, we got a formation with the I, 2 stacked receivers to the left. It's going to be another handoff to Gibbs, who's going to cut to the right, and he's going to get inside the 10. Gain of about 2 for the Detroit Lions here. And let's get this straight. Detroit is not going to feel bad for the Cowboys. If you remember that playoff game that was a couple seasons ago now, Dallas was able to get away with a penalty that probably wasn't, let's just say that it wasn't the right call. And Detroit fans were livid. So 2nd and 8, fakes the toss to the left. It's going to be an end around with the big man extending for a potential touchdown. Penei Sewell. So he threw it to St. Brown on the right. They had Penei Sewell running to the right as well, and St. Brown just basically just pitched it to Pine Sewell, and he extended. It's a touchdown, but the flag, they're saying he did not announce he was eligible. We'll see what it is. They're saying ineligible man downfield. And I think he was going to be short anyway. I think his elbow hit when the ball was at the 1. And like I like when Detroit does some creative stuff here, but stop trying to be cute, man. Like just score a touchdown. You try to do that with the last one. You try to get a touchdown to one of your offensive linemen. Just run the ball. And Goff looking has to scramble. It's gonna be down just inside the 10-yard line. Basically back to where they were after the ineligible man downfield penalty. And that is going to be the end of the third quarter here. All right, we are getting there. Detroit once again driving down the field here. And man, dude, we are 6 games in. I think it's still a little too early, just a little too early to call Dallas an average to maybe even a slightly bad team. But they're running out of time, man. So I don't think they're gonna win this game. if that was if this any of this has been any indication that it's not gonna go their way today. But man, dude, the fact that they have not been able to be competitive against this Lions team, and it's like when you look at the Seattle game, you can tell Detroit was just always a little bit of a step ahead of Seattle during that game. Even when they got close, you knew Detroit was always going to be able to find something and be able to do and move the ball down the field when they needed to. They always seemed like a step ahead of Seattle during that game. But Seattle made it close. If there was a big mistake, whether it's a fumble or an interception, you could expect Seattle to be able to take advantage of it. Today, it does not even look like the Cowboys are in the same league as the Lions, man. Every single time they get a big play, the Cowboys do, Detroit tightens up and they either cause a turnover or they just make a big giant stop. Whether that's a sack, stopping the run, just something. Dallas has not been able to move the ball further than, basically once they get inside the 20, man, it just goes nowhere for them. Pine Sewell is he's trying to plead his case after the fact to the referees. So it'll be 3rd and 8 here, but yeah. And granted, maybe saying they're not in the same league might be a little bit of a harsh criticism for the Cowboys, but they have not looked good. So empty set, 3 receivers to the right, tight end in the slot to the right. Goff, ball is at the 10, and it's going to be a touchdown for Jameson Williams. Back shoulder. There is a flag on the field here. We will see what the call is. That flag was thrown out pretty quickly. And it's going to be offensive pass interference. Huh. I don't know. And And they're calling that on Jahmyr Gibbs. He bumped into one of the corners. Obviously, for offensive pass interference, it has to be you did an attempt to get out of the way. It was a little iffy there, so that'll move it back to the 20. So 3rd and 18. I think the referees are just trying to make this a little bit closer. So it's going to be a screen to Jahmyr Gibbs, who is not able to get away from the initial tackler, and he will be down at the 15. So once again, Dallas's defense tightening up in the red zone and forcing Detroit to just kick a field goal. It'll be a 33-yard kick for Jake Bates. He is 3 of 3 today, and that one makes it 4 for 4. And that'll move the score to 40. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, man. We got to see Dallas do something here. We have to see Dallas do something. I mean, this is like the Green Bay game last year. Like, this type of game gets a coach fired. Like, this is not a good. Like, their defense is playing a little bit better here. Obviously, they were able to stop them from scoring a touchdown in the last 2 drives, but they still gave up a lot of yardage to get to that point, and this offense has not scored a single touchdown today. It's all been field goals. It's been 3 field goals. And the fact that you only get 3 field goals is crazy. Oh, yeah, Seastorm. It's, yeah, they got into the 40s, man. They got into the 40s. It's all right, man. But what are you grilling, dude? You doing a rack of ribs here? What's going on? Doing some chicken? Trying to get that protein up? Doing some burgers? What's going on? What are we grilling today? Or are we doing some veggies? You know, trying to keep the cholesterol down. Bring the carbs a little bit, you know? Ah, man, it's tough, man, because Dak has not played well either. Ooh, steak and baked potatoes and oh my god, let's go, let's go. Heck yeah, man. Mm. Steak with a baked potato, man. That always just goes so well. Throw in some corn, dude. Heck of a day. Heck of a day. And it's gonna be another fake handoff here, and Tarpon able to get a decent amount of yardage. And the ball will be very close to the 30 here. Oh, heck yeah, man. I would be. I absolutely would be looking forward to dinner with that one. But yeah, man, it's Dak has not played well in this game. His receivers just cannot seem to get any separation, man. I wish once again this is gonna be like a one that you want to see the all 22. So Dak dropping, throws it underneath to Tolbert, who's gonna gain about 3.5 yards on the play. Dak taking a shot. And to be fair, man, the pressure on Dak has been consistent. He has not been able to really stay in the pocket for many of his dropbacks. So I think that plays a part in it. Dak throws the ball, and it's going to be overthrown, trying to get it to CeeDee Lamb. And CD, man, he looks just... He's just not having it today, man. All right. 3rd and 6, ball at the 31. Dak in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right. Pressure, and had CeeDee Lamb open down the seam, but threw it behind him. There was pressure in his face, and that is going to be another 3rd down failed by the Cowboys here. It'll be 4th and 6. Just not a good throw by Dak on that one. That is true, man. Commanders, they lost today, but the Eagles won. But it's going to be a tough division, man. I think you guys are going to be able to kind of beat each other up a little bit. It's going to be like the AFC North. So Cowboys are obviously going for it. CD in motion to the right. Dak, pressure in his face, throws it, and it's intercepted again by Brian Branch. That is his 2nd interception. He's weaving his way through everybody, and he is stopped just short of the goal line. He is going to be tackled inside the 5, and it just goes from bad to worse for the Dallas Cowboys here. Brian Branch is having himself a day, man. 2 picks, 1 in the end zone, 1 nearly got to the end zone here, and he also forced the fumble recovery on the previous drive. So this kid is making some plays today. And to be fair to Dak, when you're from the angle that they were showing when he's looking, basically he's looking into the sun right now. I don't understand how the Cowboys didn't figure that one out. And it's going to be a throw to the right, and St. Brown taps both feet in bounds, and it's going to be a touchdown for Detroit. Yeah. On the previous drive, Cowboys were driving. I think they were actually on the other side of the 50, and I'm trying to remember which wide receiver it was. It was number 83. He was able to break a tackle on the left sideline, but then Branch came up behind him and just peanut punched that ball out, and Detroit was able to recover it. So that was the one turnover you missed, I think. Yes, another turnover on downs. That is correct. So yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough for the Lions on this one. And there is going to be a penalty. It'll be, unfortunately, after the touchdown here. And there will be unsportsmanlike conduct on Detroit. So that'll move the extra point attempt back here. And from the looks of it, it looks like the Cowboys are warming up the backup quarterback. And I think Dak's night, or day, I should say, is going to be over. Yeah, basically, yeah. I basically Seastrom, yeah, it's like that. And the extra point is good, right down the middle. And we have a 47-9 game here. Still 13-18 left in this game. I mean, dang, dude. This is a dominant victory for Detroit. Yeah, like the 49ers. I was thinking more of the Green Bay game. That's what was coming to mind. NFC North opponent. Dak throwing some interception uncharacteristically. I don't want to say uncharacteristic. He does throw picks, but just in the situation that he's been throwing them in. But yeah, man, it's tough, man. I was expecting a closer game, to be honest with you. I thought Dallas was gonna be, you know, kind of geared up for this one. It's at home. It's Jerry's birthday. It's a team that nobody is expecting them to not just lose to, but a team that is expected to blow them out. I thought Cowboys were going to be able to just do a little bit more, and it's just unfortunate, man. It wasn't in the cards today, man. Turnovers, penalties, and just the inability to really key on what the Detroit has been doing on the offensive side of the ball, man. Seems like every run goes for a big gain. Seems like every throw it has like the potential to just one tackle away from going for 25 plus yards. Yeah, it's going to be interesting what Jerry does in this game. People have said that McCarthy's job is basically safe until the end of the season. I don't know, man. It's a nearly a 40-point deficit, and we still have almost the entire fourth quarter to go. I mean, the fact that you're putting in your backup quarterback with little over 13 minutes left is not a good indication of where you want to be. And I've definitely thrown some praise to Mike Zimmer throughout this game a little bit. It's just been the situations where he's been able to dial up a nice little pressure. And Tarpon able to get out across the 40, a nice return. I mean, it seems like the only good thing that Dallas has been able to do is get some good returns on their kickoffs. I wonder if Jared Goff is still going to be in this game. I would be very surprised if he is. All right. Well, we have the backup for the Cowboys here. It's going to be a handoff to Dowdle, who burst right through everybody, and it's going to go out across the 50 down to about the 47 into Detroit territory. Took a shot at the end of that run. Not gonna lie, who's the backup quarterback? I know his last name is Rush. Is it Cooper Rush? That's the name that's coming up in my head right now. All right, ball at the 47. It's going to be another run up the middle from Dowdle, and he's going to get close to the 40-yard line. I'm hoping this fourth quarter goes by pretty quickly here. And it's going to be a throw to Dowdle on the flat, and he's going to be very close to a first down. It looks like they're going to give it to him. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys here. And right now, Dan Campbell is talking to the backup quarterback here. That is a Hooker, I believe, the guy out of Tennessee. Zeke gets the ball, breaks the first tackle, and is able to stumble his way for a gain of 2. I believe he is at the 35. So it looks like Detroit will be putting in their backup quarterback here. All right. Rush in the backfield in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his right. Single receiver to the left. Takes the snap, looking. Throws it. Gets the ball out to Tolbert, who is going to gain enough for the first down. He is going to be at the 26. All right. 3 receivers to the right. Cooper scanning. Trying to run. He's looking and he gets it to Dowdle underneath the coverage. There was some tight coverage there, but he's able to get the ball down to about the 21. Rush under center here. Single back in the backfield. Tight end in motion to the left. Finds his man. It's going to be inside the 10. He keeps on driving all the way down to about the 5. And that is number 83, Brooks. I mean, this Dallas team is still fighting. I mean, I think the coverage is a lot softer than it's usually been. There's been basically no pressure. CD Lamb is not in the game either. He's on the sidelines. First and goal, ball at the 6. 2 receivers to the left. Shotgun. Rush looking, and he's going to throw it to Brooks, but it's going to be overthrown out the back of the end zone. That'll be second and goal. There is 8:49 left in the game here. Dallas has an opportunity to score their first touchdown of the game. Tarpon in motion to the left, throws it to Brooks again, trying to run a slant, but the pass is low and behind him. And this will be a third down for the Cowboys. And it's been the same story, man. Dallas, every once in a while, it seems like every third drive, maybe every fourth drive, they've been able to get inside the 20, inside the 10, but just unable to punch it in. They've had to settle for 3 field goals. They went for it on fourth down, did not get it. So 4 receivers to the left, tries to throw it to Ferguson in the flat, and he is lucky to be able to get a yard on there. So it'll be fourth down. Just a great job by Detroit, just being able to just run downfield, bring him down for a minimal yardage. So fourth and goal, 4 receivers to the right here. And it looks like Dallas will use their first timeout of the half. All right. 4 receivers to the right. Rush, dropping back, looking, throwing, and it's going to be intercepted in the end zone. And that is another pick, this time by number 31, Joseph. And just another small but major disappointment for the Dallas Cowboys here. And McCarthy goes, wow. It's been one of those games, man. What will go wrong has gone wrong. And dang. All right. So Hendon Hooker is now in the game for the Lions at quarterback. Throws a pass, finds Raymond wide open, breaks a tackle, and he is going to be taken down not until, looks like, the 40-yard line. A phenomenal catch and run. So Hendon Hooker, coming out of the SEC for Tennessee, looked phenomenal in college, but had that major, nasty lower leg injury that ended his basically his college career. But the talent is there, man. Hopefully, if he can develop, maybe they might be able to flip him for a decent pick. If not, maybe he'll be the future for Detroit here. So it was a run to the left here. It was a gain of about 2 or 3. But it's going to be interesting. I think this is like the first major look, at least for me, for sure. I don't know how many games Hendon Hooker has played in, but this might be his best opportunity to kind of put some good tape. And it's going to be another handoff, this time by Reynolds. Hendon Hooker blocking here, and Reynolds reverses field all the way to the right, and it's going to be a gain of about 4 or 5. And there's a late flag. There might have been a face mask on Reynolds here. We'll see what the call is. Oh, definitely a face mask. Definitely a face mask. Jared Goff finishes with 18 to 25, 315 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a passer rating of 153.8. All right, Lions, 2 receivers stacked up on the left side in the eye. Ball is at the 38 of Dallas after the penalty. And the run goes almost nowhere, gain of about 1, maybe 2. All right. 218 empty set. Hendon Hooker in the back. Takes a low snap here. Looking, scrambling to his right, and tries to get the ball out to number 8. Unable to. It'll be incomplete. 3rd and 8. .519 left in this game here. Just run the ball, Detroit. Come on, let's get this game over with. Please. All right. 2 receivers stacked up on the left. Back in the backfield. Shotgun. And it's going to be another handoff here. Detroit nearly breaking it away. It's going to get the ball close to the 30-yard line, down at the 31, and that'll be a fourth down for the Dallas Cowboys. Sorry, for the Detroit Lions. My apologies. I felt wrong saying that. That was not intentional. That was not a dig at the Cowboys on that one. That was. I've just been saying that a lot today. I've been saying that a lot today, so it just slipped out. I'm sorry to all the Cowboys fans there. My apologies. Detroit going for it here on fourth down. It'll be 4th and 3. Empty set. 3 receivers to the left here. Hooker is going to be taken down for a sack and a very, very, very small measure of revenge for the Cowboys here. Able to get Detroit off the field without adding any points to it. I'm surprised that Detroit just didn't kick a field goal, man. They could have made this 50-9. So 4:23 left in the game here. So Dallas has the ball at the 40. 2 receivers stacked up on the right. Single back in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Zeke Elliott, who cuts up the field down the middle, and he's out across the 45 down to the 46. All right, shotgun. Turpin in motion to the right. Takes the snap, gets the ball out quickly to Turpin, who is going to be able to catch it inbounds for a first down. And they are out across the 50 in Detroit territory. That does stop the clock at 3:42. 2 receivers to the left. Shotgun, handoff to Zeke Elliott, who gets past the initial guy, but it's going to be brought down, I believe, at the 45. All right. Turpin in motion. It's going to be a handoff to him on the end around. He's going to break a tackle, and he's going to get very close to the first down marker. And they are marking him less than a yard short. So it'll be a short 3rd and 1. Dallas quickly getting to the line here. Under center, they're going to just quarterback sneak it across. That'll be a first down for Dallas. Clock is now under 3 minutes left in the game. And if you're just joining us for this game, thank you so much. Remember, we do every possible game we can. It's going to be a throw to Turpin on the right side. He breaks a tackle and gets about 4 yards. We do every game we can. Packer games, afternoon games, Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night. We do everything we possibly can. We're just having some fun watching some real great football this season. This season has given us some really fun games. So come on, join us. Join us in the chat. We got some great people here. And we just love talking about football and talking about anything else, man. We were talking about some grilling earlier today. Some steak and potatoes and corn. Who doesn't love talking about that stuff? All right. 2nd and 7 here. Clock is stopped with 2:25 left in the game. The 47 points today is the most, second most in franchise history on the road. The most they ever scored was 52 points in 1952 against the Green Bay Packers. That was a long time ago. That was when the Lions, they might have been around the same time that they won their last championship. All right. 2 receivers to the left. Tarpon in motion, spreads out a little bit wider. Finds Tarpon, who is going to fumble the ball. It's a gain of only about 3 or 4. We're going to see whether that was a completed pass. All indications saying that it is a completed pass as well as a fumble. Oh, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh. That is no bueno, man. .210 left in the game. Detroit forcing another turnover today. 3 interceptions. Couple fumbles. Just not been the Dallas Cowboys game. Clock is at 2:18. Hooker under center here. Hands it off to the backup running back. That is Reynolds this time, number 13. He's going to gain about 3 yards on the play, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning here. With 2 minutes left here, it is going to be very long, 2 minutes. But we have a score here of 47-9. Detroit just dominating this game. Dallas just not able to get anything going offensively. 3 interceptions, 2 by Dak Prescott, 1 by the backup Cooper Rush, and then a pair of fumbles here. So, and on top of that, a couple turnover on downs. Detroit just continuing to be able to just do almost anything they wanted, whether it was run the ball, pass the ball. It was a complete beatdown. I think the only thing the Cowboys were able to do effectively and consistently was get some really good returns from Tarpon in the kickoff. He was able to give them some decent field position. A lot of them were past the 30, well into the 35, 40. I think one of them was even inside the 40-yard line of Detroit. Dallas just really struggling in the red zone, really struggling just at all to move the ball. And once again, a team that was struggling to rush the ball, stop the run, did not get any better. Dallas unable to really run the ball. I think their biggest run was maybe a pair of 12-yard gains. And their passing game just not really explosive, at least not very consistently. Seemed like every big play that they would have, it would be almost 10 to 15 plays later before they had another one. So, obviously going to be doing my wrap-up here a little bit. That's kind of part of it. Because as soon as this game is over, we're going to be setting up for Sunday night. I'm going to try to get something to eat today. Man, we were talking about some grilling. I'm really got I got really hungry, so gonna try to eat something before this Sunday night game, and hopefully that game is a little bit closer, a little bit more entertaining. So Montgomery and Gibbs combining for over 140 yards on the day. Montgomery with 2 touchdowns on the day as well. And Jared Goff, I think, finished with over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air. So dominant victory. It's going to be a run up the middle with Reynolds, and he is going to get back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be third down here. 3rd and 5. I'm just hoping Detroit can get the first down here so we can just take some knees and hit on home. It's going to be interesting what Jerry decides to do. I mean, this is about as lopsided of a loss as you're going to get in the NFL. And Dallas has had 2 of these. They lost massively to the Saints in week 2. They almost got blown out by the Ravens before they had a big fourth quarter to make it close. And then here, just unable to get anything going, man. Oh, they're showing the playoff game here. Yeah, I can't believe that was 11 years ago, man. It's been a while. I'm not going to lie. I was like, oh, was that 2015, 2016? No, that was in 2013, man. Holy cow. Another handoff up the middle here. Reynolds is going to be very close to the first down. See what the call is, and they are moving the chains, and that is a first down, and that means we get some victory kneel downs for the Detroit Lions. Detroit will move to 4-1, and they are second in the division behind the Minnesota Vikings, just ahead of the 4-2 Chicago Bears and the 4-2 Green Bay Packers. And Dallas will fall to 3-3. They are they last in the division? It's going to be very close. But regardless, tough loss for Dallas. Dallas fans, I'm sorry. Hopefully it'll get better here soon. Even if it's not this season, hopefully after McCarthy is potentially likely gone, you guys can hire somebody. Might be able to hire one of the offensive or defensive coordinators for the Cowboys here. Ben Johnson is going to be available, as well as, oh my God, was the D coordinator for Detroit. Either way, you might get a shot at both of these guys. Might be able to bring in a different kind of culture and just kind of get going back to what you guys are used to, man. So, tough loss here. Final score, Dallas Cowboys 9, Detroit Lions 47. So, thank you for hanging out. If you made it all the way to the end, you're a dang trooper. I appreciate you. Because this was not an easy game to sit through, especially the last quarter. But I want to say thank you. If you watched any part of this, appreciate it. Please leave a like, subscribe so you know when we're going live. I'm going to try to add some different kind of content later on in the season, some more short stuff. Not necessarily the YouTube shorts, but shorter videos. Things that are a little bit easier than, 3.5 hour games. So please make sure you leave a like, click that bell so you know when I drop things, whether I'm going live or dropping some videos, because we're going to be doing this all season, and I'm going to be rocking and rolling with you guys. So thank you once again. Hope to see you guys on Sunday night or even the Monday night game. So have a great one, and we will see you next time. So please don't forget, my name is Dave, and I am not a coach.